right, well, thank you for tuning in to TTV. I'm your host, Toya, and today is Reflection Friday. And so, the topic for today is how do your relationships reflect on you? So, a lot of times when we feel certain manners or certain ways about how other people look at us or how we even see other people, it really has to do with how we feel about ourselves and what's going on in the inside. So if you feel you're not pretty enough, you feel you're fat and disgusting, or you feel like you just this unsuccessful person, just a total loser, has nothing to offer, then that is what you are projecting out to other people. And other people are going to pick up on that and they're going to read on that. Some people may feel bad for you and might want to try to help you and uplift you, especially if they love and care for you. And then you have some people who might want to take advantage of it and keep you down there because they feel that same way their own self. So it really starts out with what you feel on your inside. So I can't stress this enough. Like this is an ongoing theme here, okay? I don't know if you notice it, but it's an ongoing theme. How you feel about yourself and what you think about yourself determines how other people see you. And that exchange in ideals and perceptions is what creates those relationships. So if you have relationships that you feel are lacking or they're not what you want them to be, then take a moment to reflect, because it's reflection, Reflection Friday, reflect on how you are, what you're portraying out to them, how you look at that relationship, how you feel in conjunction with that person. And I'll give you an example. When I was growing up as a child, I felt like my family judged every single thing that I did. And I didn't feel like it was being I was being judged in a good manner. It wasn't like a judgment like, oh, she's smart, she's so pretty, she's so good. No, it was negative judgments, like I wasn't good enough. Nothing I did mattered. Like they just really didn't want me around. That's how I took it and how I felt about it. And so I carried that with me through most of my adult life. Like, this is how my family feels about me. Like, that's it. They just see me as this loser, the black sheep in the family, the one that just can't seem to get anything done right, or just can't seem to get their stuff together or whatever. Even though that wasn't what was going on with me, that's how I felt they perceived me. And so that perception determined the relationship that I had with them. So even when they no longer showed that, or I no longer felt that that's what they thought about me, my mind wouldn't allow that change to happen until I acknowledged it in my own self. Okay, and acknowledge that no, this is what's going on with me. This is where I am. I am successful. I am beautiful. I am worthy. I am all these wonderful things, and my family is starting to recognize it. And I didn't put those two things together. Like, I knew one thing over here, one thing over there, but it's putting the two together. And then once I did that, our relationship started to improve and get better. But there's still room for improvement because there's still areas where I feel like they judge me. Okay, because you can't go through your whole childhood and then just wipe it all out, slate clean in just one day. It's not going to happen. So there's still things that I have to work on when it comes to that feeling and those emotions, but that is what I bring to the table when I sit down with them. And I know that, I recognize that, so I try to not to portray that or put that off in my interactions with them. And this is what I mean. The relationships that you have are developed based off of how you feel. Okay? It's not always based off of how the other person feels. It's based off of how you feel. So if you perceive yourself as a loser, somebody else is going to pick up on that as well. And even if they feel that they are a loser, you're portraying it, so they're going to pick on you and call you the loser, even though they may feel the same way. So how you feel about yourself, how you portray yourself, it really does matter when it comes to these relationships, because if you walk into a relationship confident, strong, knowing who you are, full of love, then you're going to show that to that other person, and that other person is going to recognize it. Now, whether they accept it or not, that's on them, because they have their own things to work out. They have their own demons that they have to deal with and slay. Okay? But as far as you go, that's what you bring to the table. And chances are it'll start making them look at themselves differently. They'll start looking at some of the things that you do and how you portray yourself and the way you talk and the mannerisms you use, your body language, things like that. And it will change how they start to perceive themselves, especially if you encourage them and tell them, You know, that's a really beautiful sweater you have on today. I like the shirt. Oh, did you just get a haircut? It looks really good on you. You start doing things like that, it boosts their confidence up. And guess what? Because you're confident, you're trying to boost their confidence. And guess what? It actually starts to improve that relationship because you're not coming at them negatively. You're not coming to them putting them down. Like, what made you put on those shoes today? That don't go with nothing you got on. Oh, the pants look a little tight. You gaining some weight. You know, you're not coming to them in that manner, nitpicking on everything that they have, every flaw that they have, or everything that you see that is a flaw in your perception. You're not nitpicking on it. Because when you do things like that, you're really nitpicking on your own self. You're really talking about your own self, and you're allowing your own vulnerabilities and your own I'm trying to think of the word for it, but you know what I'm talking about. You're reflecting that off on them because it's not them. Like if I look at somebody and I say, oh, their hair is a mess, that's their own creative expression. That's how they wanted to perceive themselves. That's their choice. That's what they decided to do. Whether you like it or not, it ain't for you. It ain't your body. You ain't the one walking around with it. So it don't matter what you think, okay? just to be honest, just to be blunt and honest. But what does matter is you and how you talk to them and how you express yourself with them. So that's where that comes from. So the better you get at feeling good about your own self, the better you can feel good about other people. The less you judge your own self, the less you're going to judge other people, and the better your relationship will become. So if your relationship isn't that good, check how you're dealing and interacting with that person. Check how you feel when you're around that person. Is this somebody you feel good around? Because chances are, sometimes we have to clean up. Part of cleansing is cleaning up some of the people you have in your life. If this is a toxic person that make you feel like crap every time you go around them, and that's why your relationship is crap, then stop dealing with them. Stop dealing with them. Even if it's family, that's what phones are for. You can just call them, hey, how you doing? And as soon as they start that mess, you can hang up. Because then that's you teaching them that there's a limit to what you're going to put up with. And when they start putting you down and stuff, that's when we going to end this conversation, because I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with you. That's why I don't come around. And either they're going to eventually start to change and pick up on that and the relationship develops and gets better, or that's just going to be one of those people that you have to love from a distance or even cut off. There's been people in my life I love dearly, but I had to cut them off because they were toxic in my life. And I can't have that. I can't have that toxicity in my life because I don't like what it brings out in me. I don't like how it changes me. So just cut it out. So if you don't like a relationship, you don't like the nature of how it is, see how you feel when you are around that person. And is it valid? Are they the ones that's making you feel like that, or are you feeling like that because of your own insecurities? Are you feeling like that because you judge yourself or compare yourself to that person that you're talking to? So work on yourself, figure it out on your end, and then you can start making changes, positive changes with how you deal with that person, or just decide whether that person is toxic or not and you need to let them go. So I hope you got something out of this. If you did, please like, subscribe, and share, because if you got something out of it, chances are someone else will too. I love you guys, and I will talk to you tomorrow.